Hello, creative mind. Welcome to another project with Stab and Greg. And on today's project, we're going to be sewing a blazer jacket. So I've posted a tutorial earlier on the drafting of this pattern, and this video we're going to be cutting a pattern with our fabric, and we're also going to be sewing all our piece together. So if you're yet to watch the previous video of how we drafted this pattern, I'll include the link in the description so you can go ahead and watch it so you understand the points where we are at the moment. If you're yet to subscribe to this channel, go and subscribe, right? And also join the community, as is a way of you supporting my channel with a token. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So here I'm just basically cutting all my pattern paper on my fabric. So I'm just cutting with 1/2 inch on all sides. So I'm just quickly going to remind you that this pattern is a blazer jacket, and for me, while I was drafting the pattern, you will remember that I included ease because I wanted this to be like an oversized blazer kind of. So if you don't want yours to be like an oversized blazer, then you should keep the 1 inch extra that I added to it. So if you watch the pattern drafting, you will understand what I'm saying. So here I've cut out all my patterns. But that's my collar, my back, and the front, and I also cut out lining piece for each of them. So go ahead and include your cloth stay if you're working with a light fabric. Earlier I told you that I'm working with a very thick crepe fabric, and there was no need for me to be adding cloth stay on it, right? So I've cut out my lining piece and also my pattern, and next we're going to be joining it together. So if you're a beginner, don't worry, you will understand because I'm going to be taking this tutorial one step at a time. So if you follow me, you will really understand what we are doing here. So now this is for our back piece, right? So we are working with our back piece first. And as you can see, I'm just taking out my pattern and I'll be opening it to join the center piece first. Then I'll go ahead and join it to the side back. So our back piece is in 2. So I'm just going to pin it down and I'm going to stitch it all the way down, right? So one hack that I will advise you to do is for every stitch you make on your blazer, include like a hemming gum to it so that when you're ironing, everything will lay in place very well. I didn't do this and I wished I did, so I'm just telling you now so you can go ahead and do it. So just include like hemming gum on every stitch you make on your blazer so it comes out well. So I've gone ahead to join the center back just like you've seen here. So next I'm going to now be joining the center back with the side back. So our center is cut in 2s, right? So I'm just opening my side back and I'll join it with my center back, and I'll go ahead and use my pin to pin it in place, and I'll do the same for my lining piece. Remember, I cut a lining piece for everything. So everything I'm doing on the main fabric, I'll also be doing it on the lining piece as well. So I'll do the same for the other side. And I'll pin down. So after pinning this down, the next part is to stitch everything in place, and I'll go ahead and give this a very good press, right? Don't forget that when you're cutting on your fabric to indicate the wrong side and the back side. So this is me trying to iron everything in place and iron open the back as well. So I'll do this for my lining piece as well. Remember I told you that whatever I'm doing for my main fabric, I'll also be doing for my lining piece. So for the lining piece of the front, that's the center front, I used the same fabric that I'm using. That is a crepe fabric, because if by the time you finish making your blazer, you don't want your lining to be so visible at the center front. So I use the main fabric as the lining for the center front. So that's why you're seeing it as different from the lining piece. I hope you understand what I'm trying to explain. Like by the time we've stitched everything together, you really understand. I use the main fabric for the center front of the lining. So for my lining piece, the the center front is the same with the main fabric. So I'm just going to iron everything in place. Like for blazer jackets, you really need to do so much ironing, because that is going to determine how beautiful your blazer comes out, right? So next is to join our front piece of our blazer. We're done joining the back and we've gone ahead to give it a good press. So next is to join our back piece. So remember I also cut a lining piece for each side, and this is the front, right? So I'll go ahead and join everything together. So I'll be joining the side front and the center front together. I'll join everything, and I'll do the same for the lining piece as well. So this is what I meant when I said for the center front, I cut out 4 pieces instead of just 2 pieces, because I'm going to be using the other side as the lining piece, right? So I'll join the side. This is very easy. I'll join the sides and I'll do same for the other side of the front. And by the time I'm done joining this, I'll go ahead and give everything a very good press, and I'll come back to show you the next step. So after doing that, this is what we have. That's the back, and next is to join the shoulders of both the back and the front. So this is the front. I just have 1 piece for the back, while for the front I have 2 pieces. So I'll join the shoulder and I'll come back to show you the next step, right? So for the shoulder, I am going to ensure that the joining aligns together, and I'll go ahead and join. Like I said, for every joining of your blazer, include like a hemming gum to it, so that when you're ironing, it's going to give you a nice outcome. So I do not have a shoulder pad foam, so I'll be substituting with this thick breast pad, right? So I'll just go ahead and mark 5 inches and just give it like a C shape, just like you are drawing a C form. I'll just give it like a curve, and I'll cut out. This is on food, by the way. I'll cut this out, and I'm going to be using it as my pad for the shoulder, so it comes up, right? So I'm just going to gum it at my shoulder in place, just like so. So I'll just place the side that has the gum on the wrong side of my fabric, and I'll iron it on both sides in place. So you can use a hemming gum to also make it really lay flat on your fabric. So I was done, and this is what we have. And so the next step now is to, you can see how beautiful the shoulder is and how the lines align properly. So iron as every opportunity you get. Iron, iron, iron. So the next step now is to join. So I've gone ahead to join the sides, and I'm going to be fixing my sleeve. So I'm going to be putting a tutorial on how to make this 2-piece sleeve. This is a 2-piece blazer sleeve. I'll include the tutorial so you go ahead and watch it. It's not so difficult. So next is I'm going to be joining my 2-piece sleeve on my jacket, right? So I'll join my two-piece sleeve on my jacket, and I'll go ahead and also do the same for the lining. So for the collar, I've gone ahead to join it. You can see how beautiful our blazer is coming along. So for my collar, so just notch the center point. So my center point is very visible. So I'll go ahead and notch the side that I'm going to be putting on my shoulder. This is why we labeled our collar appropriately. I'll notch it. I also went ahead to include stay, a light stay on the collar, and I'll go ahead and stitch it together on my shoulder point. So when I'm stitching, I started from the center to the edge and came back and stitched from the center to the other edge. So I'm going to pin this down all the way till I get to that point that is curvy. So that point that is curvy is where I'm going to stop my stitch from. So I'm going to measure that curvy part. So I'll measure and see what I have. So I had about 4 inches. So that 4 inches is where I stopped my stitch from. And I ensure that the other side, I'll stop my stitch exactly at that 4 inches as well. That way both sides are equal, right? So I'm going to measure and I'll stop exactly at that 4 inch, and I'll go ahead and stitch. I'll stitch this. So I'm going to also do the same for my lining piece. So I was done stitching. This is what we have. Our blazer is coming right beautifully, guys. You can see if you used a foam shoulder pad, that shoulder pad will really pop up more than this, but I substituted. So you can go to the market and get a shoulder pad if you want yours to really pop out well. So this is my lining piece. So at the center of my lining piece, I left about 5 inches wide open. That is where I'm going to turn out my blazer, because we're going to be doing inseam finishing on this blazer. So I'm going to just attach my collar to it, just the same way I did for the main fabric as well. So you can see what I mean by my center front. I used the same fabric for my center front, right? That way, by the time we're done stitching our blazer, we'll have it beautiful at the center front. So next is to join this with our lining piece. So I'm just going to wear my lining piece inside my main fabric. So just like you're wearing someone a dress, right? So I'll just wear it right side facing right side. So note that my lining sleeve, two-piece sleeve, is shorter than my main sleeve by about 1 inches or even more. This is going to give it a very nice effect. That way your lining is hidden inside your sleeve. So next is to pin down all round, all the way around. So this collar part can be very tricky. So ensure that you cut out any excess fabric you have, and when you are stitching, ensure you follow along appropriately. If not, you might not really get a nice shape at that curvy part. So I'm going to be stitching all the way around, and when I'm stitching, I will include my hemming gum as well, so it lays very flat. So I'm going to start stitching from my collar, the center collar, all the way down to the side, and I will come again and stitch from the center again all the way down to the side before, and I'll stitch the downside of my blazer, right? Then by the time we're done, I'll show you how we're going to work on our sleeve, how we're going to work on closing our sleeve. So this is what we have. So here I did a lot of trimming, I did a lot of cutting, and I also did a lot of notching. I cut out excess fabric, I notched all the way around, and I cut out every thread. I ensure that everything aligns. Then we're going to turn everything outside using that 5 inches we left at the side of our lining piece. So that's 5 inches. By the time we're done stitching our blazer, done with our inseam finishing, we're going to be closing it either with a hemming gum or we're going to be stitching it with our thread, like top stitching with our thread lightly. So this is me opening it up. So I'll go ahead and open everything up and use my and push everything inside, like everything should be outside. Then we'll go ahead and iron. But before I iron, I'm going to quickly show you how I joined my sleeve, right? So this is me bringing everything out. You bring everything out. Like this suit, I literally even took it to a dry cleaner to really iron it for me because I wanted it to be like the ironing to be more. So if you are like me that don't like ironing, you need to do extra with the ironing to really get a very nice outcome. So for this sleeve now, we're going to work on it quickly. And what we're going to do from that 5 inches that we left out, I will use it to bring out my sleeve. So just pay attention to this part. It's very trickish, so you understand. So I brought out my sleeve from there and I'll join it. So I just wanted to ensure that I'm bringing it out the right way. So take your time in this part and do not rush. So I brought out my sleeve and this is how it's looking. So what I did is like I joined it together like in a way that is like you are hugging something, right? So I brought one side to touch one side and I'll pin it down, and I brought the other side. You know, I have two stitches, the two-piece sleeve, so I have two stitched parts. So I joined them together like this and I pinned it, and I'm going to be sewing it all the way around. It's just like something is hugging something, right? So I'm going to stitch it like that and I'll show you when I'm done. So this is what it looks like. This is how I stitched it. This is how I stitched it. You can see what it's looking like. So I'll push it back inside now and try to put my hand so you can see the outcome. So if you don't do this part very well, your hand might not come out well. So you have to do it well so that your hand will come out. So this is what we have. So when I'm ironing, I'll iron it like this to ensure that my lining is inside, right? So this is what it's looking like. So I'm going to do the same for the other side. You can see the lines are aligning with the lining line as well. So I'll do the same. I'll push out my second sleeve and I'll hug it together. It's just like when you're hugging something, like, right? So I'll place the stitch parts, I'll pin it, and I'll do the same. I'll stitch and take it back inside. So that's basically all for our blazer, guys. I'm going to go ahead and iron this in place. I'll iron and I'll just show you the outcome of what it looks like. So I'm going to also, like I said, that 0.5 inches, you just use like a hemming gum to close it up by the time you are sure and certain that you're done with all your adjustments and you're happy with what you have. Or you can also go ahead and use your thread and needle to do it. And this is what we have. By the time I was done, I was still going to go ahead and give it a good press, just like I said. And this is how it turned out. I hope you learned something creative and I hope you'll be trying it out. Don't forget to like, comment and share this video, and I'll be seeing you in my next tutorial. Thank you for watching. Bye.